Well, let's just remember this is a significantly more powerful show of international solidarity than I think anybody thought Theresa May, the British Prime Minister, would be capable of mustering when all this began. Now, let's give you some sort of historical, almost now, if you like, context over the last month or so, how we came to be here. On a quiet Sunday afternoon, it was a little rainy in the rural city of Salisbury, a small place by anyone's standards, when a former Russian spy, Sergei Skripal, and his daughter, Yulia, visiting from Moscow, just in fact arriving the day earlier on a flight from Heathrow, they were found by passers in the centre of the city, passing out, losing consciousness on a park bench. That's caused a terrific scramble. 48 hours, fair to say, after they were found. Took a while for the authorities to work out what they were dealing with, but they were eventually clear. They were dealing with a military-grade nerve agent identified as Novichok. Now, that has been traced by the British government, they say, exclusively back to a weapons programme from the Soviet era of the 1970s. The British government are clear in the statements from their Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson that, in fact, that agent had been, in the last decade, tested for use in assassination methods and stockpiled by Russia. Pretty staggering allegations. Russia's response has, it's fair to say, been multi-pronged. They have offered multiple different possible explanations as to exactly whether they ever had Novichok, whether they had it and destroyed it, whether they had it and it may have ended up somewhere else. It has been difficult to divine the precise response of Moscow at times, and Britain has accused them, quote, of sarcasm to the allegations. Going back, though, to Sergei and Yulia Skripal, they were found on that park bench, and then detectives began, once they realised how seriously they're dealing with, to trace through their steps. They located them at the site of the graves of their wife and son, Sergei's wife and son, earlier that day. They then went to the Bishop's Mill pub that Sunday, and then to the Zizi Pizza restaurant. All those places, certainly the pub and the pizza restaurant, had contamination of Novichok in them. People in the town were told to wash, dry clean thoroughly all the clothes, wipe down things they'd had in those areas at that time with baby wipes. Sense of panic in the UK, certainly, that a military-grade nerve agent could be deployed on its civilian streets. Outrage, frankly, across many European countries that such a move could be taken by Russia. Russia, I say, has denied this. I have to say, too, in the history of the last 5 years, they denied invading Crimea initially, but then subsequently admitted they had done that. So, of course, on the international stage, many question their statements. But remarkably, we are seeing now Europe believing the UK's case that they are dealing with a military-grade nerve agent here, and choosing to back them by expelling a very large number of diplomats. A strong symbol here of 16 countries in total, 14 European ones, and Ukraine and the United States, because according to various reports on the Ukraine, choosing to make this symbolic move in consort. This, I'm sure, will have many in Moscow perhaps surprised at the level of solidarity we're seeing, although I have to say in the past it's really been economic sanctions that have caused Moscow to take pause and change perhaps their strategy. But still, a remarkable moment, frankly, of European solidarity here.